Brought to you by WikiVidi.com. Michael J. Fox. Michael Andrew Fox, also known professionally as Michael J. Fox, is a Canadian-American actor, author, producer and activist, with a film and television career spanning from the 1970s. Fox starred in the Back to the Future trilogy, where he portrayed Marty McFly. Other notable roles have included Mike Flaherty on the ABC sitcom Spin City, for which he won 5 Emmys, 4 Golden Globes and 2 Screen Actors Guild Awards, and his portrayal of Alex P. Keaton on the American sitcom Family Ties. Fox was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 1991 at age 29 and disclosed his condition to the public in 1998. Fox semi-retired from acting in 2000 as the symptoms of his disease worsened. He has since become an advocate for research toward finding a cure. He created the Michael J. Fox Foundation, and on March 5, 2010, Sweden's Karolinska Institute gave him an honoris causa doctorate for his work in advocating a cure for Parkinson's disease. Since 1999, Fox has mainly worked as a voice-over actor in films such as Stuart Little and Disney's Atlantis: The Lost Empire. On the CBS TV show The Good Wife, he earned Emmy nominations for 3 consecutive years for his recurring role as crafty attorney Lewis Canning. Fox has also taken recurring guest roles and cameo appearances in Boston and Legal Scrubs, Curb Your Enthusiasm and Rescue Me. He has released 3 books: Lucky Man, a memoir, Always Looking Up, The Adventures of an Incurable Optimist, and A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Future, Twists and Turns and Lessons Learned. He was appointed an Officer of the Order of Canada in 2010. He also was inducted into Canada's Walk of Fame in 2000. Early life. Michael Andrew Fox was born on June 9, 1961 in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, to Phyllis, an actress, payroll clerk, and William Fox, a police officer and Canadian Forces member. Fox's family lived in various cities and towns across Canada because of his father's career. The family finally moved to the Vancouver suburb of Burnaby, British Columbia, when his father retired in 1971. His father died on January 6, 1990 from a heart attack. Fox attended Burnaby Central Secondary School and now has a theatre named for him in Burnaby South Secondary. At age 15, Fox starred in the Canadian television series Leo and Me, produced by the CBC, and in 1979, at age 18, he moved to Los Angeles to further his acting career. Shortly after his marriage, he decided to move back to Vancouver. Fox is one of 4 members of the Leo and Me cast and crew who eventually developed Parkinson's disease in midlife, an unusually high number that led to some investigation as to whether an environmental factor may have played a role. Fox was discovered by producer Ronald Shedlow and made his American television debut in the television film Letters from Frank, credited under the name Michael Fox. He intended to continue to use the name, but when he registered with the Screen Actors Guild, which requires unique registration names to avoid credit ambiguities, he discovered that Michael Fox, a veteran character actor, was already registered under the name. As he explained in his autobiography Lucky Man, a memoir, and in interviews, he needed to come up with a different name. He did not like the sound of Michael A. Fox during a time when Fox was coming to mean attractive, and because his middle initial sounded too much like the Canadian A. He also didn't like the sound of Andrew or Andy, so he decided to adopt a new middle initial and settled on J as a homage to actor Michael J. Pollard. Early career. Fox's first feature film roles were Midnight Madness and Class of 1984. Credited in both as Michael Fox. Shortly afterward he began playing young Republican Alex P. Keaton in the show Family Ties, which aired on NBC for 7 seasons from 1980–89. In an interview with Jimmy Fallon in April 2014, Fox stated he negotiated the role at a payphone at Pioneer Chicken. He received the role only after Matthew Broderick was unavailable. Family Ties had been sold to the television network using the pitch "Hip Parents Square Kids", with the parents originally intended to be the main characters. However, the positive reaction to Fox's performance led to his character becoming the focus of the show following the 4th episode. At its peak, the audience for Family Ties drew 1/3 of America's households every week. Fox won 3 Emmy Awards for Family Ties in 1986, 1987, and 1988. He also won a Golden Globe Award in 1989. Brandon Tartikoff, one of the show's producers, felt that Fox was too short in relation to the actors playing his parents and tried to have him replaced. Tartikoff reportedly said that, "This is not the kind of face you'll ever find on a lunchbox." After his later successes, Fox presented Tartikoff with a custom-made lunchbox with the inscription to Brandon, "This is for you to put your crow in. Love and Kisses, Michael J. Fox." Tartikoff kept the lunchbox in his office for the rest of his NBC career. While filming Family Ties, Fox met his wife Tracy Pollan, who portrayed his girlfriend Ellen. When Fox left the TV series Spin City, his final episodes made numerous allusions to Family Ties. Michael Gross portrays Mike Flaherty's therapist, and there is a reference to an off-screen character named Mallory. Also, when Flaherty becomes an environmental lobbyist in Washington, D.C., he meets a conservative senator from Ohio named Alex P. Keaton, and in one episode Meredith Baxter played Mike's mother. As a consequence of working in Family Ties as well as his acting in Teen Wolf and Back to the Future, Fox became a teen idol. VH1's show The Greatest later naming him among their 50 Greatest Teen Idols. Film career. In January 1985, Fox was cast to replace Eric Stoltz as Marty McFly, a teenager who is accidentally sent back in time from 1985 to 1955 in Back to the Future. Robert Zemeckis, the director, originally wanted Fox to play Marty, but Gary David Goldberg, the creator of Family Ties, which Fox was working on at the time, refused to allow Zemeckis even to approach Fox, as he felt that as Meredith Baxter was on maternity leave at the time, Fox's character Alex Keaton was needed to carry the show in her absence. Eric Stoltz was cast and was already filming Back to the Future, but Zemeckis felt that Stoltz was not giving the right type of performance for the humor involved. Zemeckis quickly replaced Stoltz with Fox, whose schedule was now more open. With the return of Meredith Baxter, he was considered for the role of Mark Kendall in Once Bitten, but it eventually went to Jim Carrey. During filming, Fox would rehearse for Family Ties from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., then rush to the Back to the Future set where he would rehearse and shoot until 2:30 a.m. This schedule lasted for 2 full months. Back to the Future was both a commercial and critical success. The film spent 8 consecutive weekends as the #1 grossing movie at the U.S. box office in 1985 and eventually earned a worldwide total of $381.11 million. Variety applauded the performances, stating that Fox and his co-star Christopher Lloyd imbued Marty and Doc Brown's friendship with a quality reminiscent of King Arthur and Merlin. The film was later followed by 2 similarly successful sequels, Back to the Future Part 2 and Back to the Future Part 3. During and immediately after the Back to the Future trilogy, Fox starred in Teen Wolf, Light of Day, The Secret of My Success, Bright Lights, Big City, and Casualties of War. In The Secret of My Success, Fox played a recent graduate from Kansas State University who moves to New York City, where he has to deal with the ups and downs of the business world. The film was successful at the box office, grossing $110 million worldwide. Roger Ebert in the Chicago Sun-Times wrote, "Fox provides a fairly desperate center for the film. It could not have been much fun for him to follow the movie's arbitrary shifts of mood, from sitcom to slapstick, from sex farce to boardroom brawls." In Bright Lights, Big City, Fox played a fact-checker for a New York magazine who spent his nights partying with alcohol and drugs. The film received mixed reviews, with Hal Hinson in The Washington Post criticizing Fox by claiming that he was the wrong actor for the job. Meanwhile, Roger Ebert praised the actor's performance. "Fox is very good in the central role." During the shooting of Bright Lights, Big City, Fox co-starred again with Tracy Pollan, his on-screen girlfriend from Family Ties. Fox then starred in Casualties of War, a dark and violent war drama about the Vietnam War, alongside Sean Penn. Casualties of War was not a major box office hit, but Fox, playing a private serving in Vietnam, received good reviews for his performance. Don Wilmot on Film Critics website wrote, "Fox, only 1 year beyond his Family Ties sitcom silliness, rises to the challenges of acting as the film's moral voice and sharing scenes with the always intimidating Penn." In 1991 he starred in Doc Hollywood, a romantic comedy about a talented medical doctor who decides to become a plastic surgeon. While moving from Washington, D.C. to Los Angeles, he winds up as a doctor in a small southern town in South Carolina. Michael Keaton Jones, from Time Out, described Fox in the film as at his frenetic best. The Hard Way was also released in 1991, with Fox playing an undercover actor learning from police officer James Woods. After being privately diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 1991, and being cautioned he had 10 good working years left, Fox hastily signed a 3-film contract, appearing in For Love or Money, Life with Mikey and Greedy. The mid-1990s saw Fox play smaller supporting roles in The American President and Mars Attacks. His last major film role was in The Frighteners, directed by Peter Jackson. The Frighteners tells the story of Frank Bannister, an architect who develops psychic abilities allowing him to see, hear and communicate with ghosts. After losing his wife, he uses his new abilities by cheating customers out of money for his ghost hunting business. However, a mass murderer comes back from hell, prompting Frank to investigate the supernatural presence. Fox's performance received critical praise. Kenneth Turan in the Los Angeles Times wrote, "The film's actors are equally pleasing. Both Fox, in his most successful starring role in Some Time, and Trini Alvarado, who looks rather like Andy McDowell here, have no difficulty getting into the manic spirit of things." He voiced the American Bulldog Chance in Disney's live-action film Homeward Bound: The Incredible Journey and its sequel Homeward Bound 2: Lost in San Francisco. The titular character in Stuart Little in its 2 sequels, Stuart Little 2 and Stuart Little 3, Call of the Wild, and Mila Thatch in Disney's animated film Atlantis: The Lost Empire. Later career. Spin City ran from 1996 to 2002 on American television network ABC. The show was based on a fictional local government running New York City, originally starring Fox as Mike Flaherty, a Fordham Law School graduate serving as the deputy mayor of New York. Fox won an Emmy Award for Spin City in 2003, Golden Globe Awards in 1998, 1999 and 2000, and 2 Screen Actors Guild Awards in 1999 and 2000. During the 3rd season of Spin City, Fox made the announcement to the cast and crew of the show that he had Parkinson's disease. During the fourth season, he announced his retirement from the show to focus on spending more time with his family. He announced that he planned to continue to act, and would make guest appearances on Spin City. After leaving the show, he was replaced by Charlie Sheen, who portrayed the character Charlie Crawford. Altogether, 145 episodes were produced. Fox also served as an executive producer during his time on the show, alongside co-creators Bill Lawrence and Gary David Goldberg. In 2004, Fox guest-starred in 2 episodes of the comedy drama Scrubs as Dr. Kevin Casey, a surgeon with severe obsessive-compulsive disorder. The series was created by Spin City creator Bill Lawrence. In 2006, he appeared in 4 episodes of Boston Legal as a lung cancer patient. The producers brought him back in a recurring role for Season 3 beginning with the season premiere. Fox was nominated for an Emmy Award for Best Guest Appearance. In 2009, he appeared in 5 episodes of the television series Rescue Me, which earned him an Emmy for Outstanding Guest Actor in a Drama Series. Since 2000, Fox has released 3 books: Lucky Man, a memoir always looking up, The Adventures of an Incurable Optimist, and A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Future, Twists and Turns and Lessons Learned. Starting in 2010, Fox played a recurring role in the U.S. drama The Good Wife as crafty attorney Lewis Canning, and earned Emmy nominations for 3 consecutive years. In 2011, Fox was featured as himself in the 8th season of the Larry David vehicle Curb Your Enthusiasm. David's character becomes a temporary resident of the New York City apartment building that Fox resides in, and a conflict arises between the two, whereby David believes that Fox is using his condition as a manipulative tool. On August 20, 2012, NBC announced the Michael J. Fox Show, loosely based on his life. It was granted a 22-episode commitment from the network, and premiered on NBC on September 26, 2013. Fox also made several appearances in other media. At the 2010 Winter Olympics closing ceremony in Vancouver, Canada, he delivered comedy monologues along with William Shatner and Catherine O'Hara in the I Am Canadian part of the show. Along with Tatjana Patitz, Fox appears in the 2011 Carl's Eye SAG calendar photographed by Bryan Adams in New York City in the summer of 2010. Despite a sound-alike AJ Locascio voicing his character of Marty McFly in the 2011 Back to the Future episodic adventure game, Fox lent his likeness to the in-game version of Marty alongside Christopher Lloyd. Fox made a special guest appearance in the final episode of the series as an elder version of Marty, as well as his great-grandfather Willie McFly. Personal life. Fox married actress Tracy Pollan on July 16, 1988 at West Mountain Inn in Arlington, Vermont. The couple have 4 children: son Sam Michael, twin daughters Aquina Kathleen and Skylar Francis, and daughter Esme Annabelle. Fox holds dual Canadian-U.S. citizenship. On February 28, 2010, Fox provided a light-hearted segment during the 2010 Winter Olympics closing ceremony in Vancouver, British Columbia, wherein he expressed how proud he is to be Canadian. On June 4, 2010, the city of Burnaby, British Columbia, honored Fox by granting him the freedom of the city. Fox and his family reside in Manhattan, New York. Health and activism. Fox started displaying symptoms of early-onset Parkinson's disease in 1991 while shooting the movie Doc Hollywood, although he was not properly diagnosed until the next year. After his diagnosis, Fox started drinking heavily. He sought help and stopped drinking altogether. In 1998, he decided to go public with his condition, and since then, he has been a strong advocate of Parkinson's disease research. His foundation, the Michael J. Fox Foundation, was created to help advance every promising research path to curing Parkinson's disease, including embryonic stem cell studies. Fox manages the symptoms of his Parkinson's disease with the drug carbidopa/levodopa, and he also had a thalamotomy in 1998. His first book, Lucky Man, focused on how, after 7 years of denial of the disease, he set up the Michael J. Fox Foundation, stopped drinking, and began to be an advocate for people living with Parkinson's disease. In Lucky Man, Fox wrote that he did not take his medication prior to his testimony before the Senate Appropriations Subcommittee in 1999. In an interview with NPR in April 2002, Fox explained what he does when he becomes symptomatic during an interview. In 2006, Fox starred in a campaign ad for then-State Auditor of Missouri Claire McCaskill in her successful 2006 Senate campaign against incumbent Jim Talent, expressing her support for stem cell research. In the ad, he visibly showed the effects of his Parkinson's disease. The New York Times called it one of the most powerful and talked about political advertisements in years, and polls indicated that the commercial had a measurable impact on the way voters voted in an election that McCaskill won. His second book, Always Looking Up: The Adventures of an Incurable Optimist, describes his life between 1999 and 2009, with much of the book centered on how Fox got into campaigning for stem cell research. On March 31, 2009, Fox appeared on The Oprah Winfrey Show with Mehmet Oz to publicly discuss his condition as well as his book, His Family, and his primetime special, which aired May 7, 2009. His work led him to be named one of the 100 people whose power, talent, and moral example is transforming the world in 2007 by Time magazine. On March 5, 2010, Fox received an honorary doctorate in medicine from Karolinska Institute for his contributions to research in Parkinson's disease. He has also received an honorary doctorate of laws from the University of British Columbia. On May 31, 2012, he received an honorary degree of Doctor of Laws from the Justice Institute of British Columbia, to recognize his accomplishments as a performer as well as his commitment to raising research funding and awareness for Parkinson's disease. Fox recalled performing in role-playing simulations as part of police recruit training exercises at the institute early in his career. In 2016, his organization, the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research, created a raffle to raise awareness for Parkinson's disease and raised $6.75 million with the help of Nike via 2 auctions, one in Hong Kong and the other in London. Brought to you by WikiVidi.com. Would you like to know more?